Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls. Alright. It's kind of awkward. I mean, like, I'm trying to record these all in one go so I could just break them up throughout the week. Anywho. I might as well tell you some more stories from my past while I'm at this. Because, you know, I'm a little narcissistic. We all are. You know, I'm just going to talk about myself. Why not? That big f*** is still there. So back to bartending. So towards like the last few months I was working there, we had this well, at the airport bar, I want to tell you guys about some more. We had these flights for Allegiant Airlines, just a god awful airline service. Like, for the love of God, just why? So it was like the, you know, first time we had like a major, well, not the first time, but you know, we had this big 747, you know, landing in our small airport, so they had to shut down the runways every time Allegiant was going to land, right? So they would show up on Fridays to do a Vegas flight, and Sundays for a Mesa, Arizona flight, because that's where they're based out of. And every time they did this, all their flights got delayed because they had to clear the entire runway for these guys. And it was always a disaster covering the other bartender's shift on a Friday, because the place would be like, the place would get so packed that sometimes I could not even clean the bar. It was just bad. Like, all I could do was just, you know, make drinks for the entire restaurant, and then, like, on top of that, my boss started doing this weird thing where he's like, you have to stay behind the bar at all times, you know, you can't leave, which is annoying because I kept snagging my bar back, and I had to get, you know, I had to go get some more alcohol, and I was the one who organized the alcohol closet, so I knew where everything was. So I was like, great, awesome, that's amazing, you know. I'm kind of out of luck. And if my boss is there, I'd be in deep, but, you know, in the heat of the moment, you just do what you gotta do, so I kept running back there and grabbing stuff, and, you know, I would get in trouble for that kind of crap, which is really annoying, because I'm just trying to do my job, and, you know, give the best customer service I could possibly do in that kind of situation. And so, the worst part about this one day in particular, I should probably pay attention to the game a little bit more, is I had this one customer, right? He kept ordering, like, food and just trashing on it. He would spit his food up on his plate like a freaking 2-year-old. It was so annoying. It was just like, I'm getting swamped. And this guy is just keeps having his food sent back to the kitchen. It's like, of course they're not doing a good job, man. They're freaking busy too, and they're trying, like, you know, to dish out as much food as they can in, like, as little amount of time. And, you know, the bar usually gets put on the back burner for most stuff like that, right? So, like, I just got fed up, and I was like, this is where I just drew the line. I was like, hey, you know, if you order, it's like, that's the last thing you can order off the food menu, because you keep spitting it up on your plate and just wanting a refund, and I'm not gonna void out another food item because my boss is gonna get pissed. So I was just done. Just had enough. It was like, great. Kept doing it too, just everything. It was a really annoying day. Oh, jeez, where did you come from? Whoa, that was one powerful shot he has there. Still trying to fight that Black Knight. You know, I should actually do something this episode rather than just clear out areas and talk. I'll go kill the Steel Knight. Yeah! He's in my way. I might as well level up while I'm at it. So yeah, it was a busy Friday. I couldn't get anything cleaned. It was just awful. Like, and it was just, that was just the nature of it. Just every day was worse than the last. That place was truly the straw that broke the camel's back when it comes to bartending for me. Ah, great, I'm dead. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Like, I had too many days like that, so one day I just walked in, my boss was yelling at the busters for not doing their job right, and I just gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, here's my month notice that I'm quitting. Right then and there, like, just done. And, gave myself some time off and then moved out here to Nevada. It's like every time I think about that job, it just... God. It's just terrible times. Hey, leave some stuff in the comment about the worst job you guys ever worked. I'll be sure to read them, you know. I kind of like what people have to say about their crappy jobs. It's a very relatable story. Like, we've all been there. We've had bosses that we've freaking hate. Customers that have been just so obnoxious. You're just like, really? Did you have parents? Were you raised by wolves? What happened there? Like, why are you like this? God, we would have some crazy people call, like, you know, just, Jesus Christ, Red. Why is everything in this game stun lock? But yeah, like, we've had some real crazy folks call in to the restaurant about just weird stuff, too, like, so is the Charles Schultz, like, you know, the Charles Schultz Airport, because, you know, default name in Sonoma County was just named something after Charles Schultz, because he lived there. I actually saw him quite a few times over the Snoopy Ice Arena growing up. Anywho, just in case you guys don't know, that was the guy who made Peanuts originally. You know, Peanuts cartoons, Charlie Brown, that fun stuff. Probably could have gathered that by the fact that I said Snoopy Ice Arena. So, this lady called in and tells us we're killing Charles Schultz by naming the airport Charles Schultz Airport. And she's on a rant about this, like, oh jeez. So adamant that we're killing Charles Schultz. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, Charles Schultz has been dead since 2000, right? All I could say to her is, you called the airport bar. We don't control the name of the airport. And then she felt dumb and hung up, but we're that was just the norm. Where are my souls? Where did they go? Where'd they come from? Where'd they go, Cotton Eye Joe? Ah! Brought that dead body with me. Like, seriously, where'd my souls go? Yeah, as I said before, every day there was, like, worse than the last. You know, sometimes you just reach that breaking point, and you just don't want to freaking deal. Oh, there they are. Sorry, I got tunnel vision, like, sometimes when... Streamer vision, I guess, I don't know what to call it. But, just got lost in my own story for a second there. I wouldn't call that a story, it was just kind of... weird events from my life. Yeah. I mean, the best way to bartend is for your friends and for yourself. It's just... if you do it as a job, you just get to the point where you just start becoming kind of like a weird, pessimistic asshole. Like, I was starting to get like that, and I don't really want to be like that. And it was just... yeah, I just couldn't hang anymore. Well, look who it is.
Music needed.
But my job, like my bartending job before that was really fun. I worked over at the Inn of the Tides, and what am I doing? Reinforce that weapon. So I hand a tool. Wait, can I reinforce that again? Ooh, I can. Alright. Now we're cooking with fire. As opposed to cooking with rocks and cold things. So I worked at the Tides Wharf, you know. If you guys don't know where that is, it's where The Birds was filmed and part of the Goonies, I guess. A few scenes here and there. Like, a bunch of people from the older generations would just like come in and be like, "Is this where The Birds was filmed?" Actually, fun story. The one and only time I saw The Birds was when I was bartending there, and Tippi Hedren was actually there at the bar giving a spiel about it. So, you guys probably don't care. But it was funny though, because like, that place was great. I made a lot of friends there. And, yeah. Made a lot of friends there. We had... I mainly worked at the inn at the Tides. I wouldn't really work down at the wharf. The wharf was crazy. Like, during the summer times, you get a bunch of people from Sacramento coming in, because it's just... It gets insanely hot in the California valleys. And they would come in and just enjoy the coastal fog and be angry about living in a city and life in general. And then make our lives a living hell. But, yeah. Like, if I was forced at gunpoint to go back to bartending, I would want to do event bartending. Oh god. Ah, my spine. Because that was really fun, and you just make a lot of money in a short amount of time, so it's totally worth it. Alright, restaurant bartending is freaking terrible. Jeez. Just like me right now. Ah! Damn! This guy was not having it. Oh, I gotta stay focused. But yeah, we would do a bunch of winemaker dinners that... They were fun. I got to meet some interesting characters. Like the folks from, God, what was that winery? I want to say La Crema, but that's not right. It was a different winery. It was like local to Windsor. The Windsor, California. But yeah, it was local to Windsor. They came in, they started just ripping on my bosses. It was great. Funny characters. Yeah. Sorry, I got nostalgic for a second there. I mean, I met a lot of cool folks at that job, and two of which are no longer with us, so it's kind of sad. Ah, ass. Well, thanks for taking me out of a dark place, smiling undead man. Yeah. I need to stop recapping on my past. I'm like not in the game right now. Definitely not focused. It's just been a really weird life, I guess. I mean, if you guys are in your early 20s, just live your life to the fullest. Just hopefully you have better luck than I do. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm cursed. Like, a good chunk of my friends have died from cancer and suicide, so it's a real bummer. A few drug overdoses. Actually, back to that story. Back to talking about the Tides. I think I wrote about this on my blog, but there was a guy I worked with named Ryan who died from a heroin overdose, and there was a... Yeah, we found out later from his sister that he passed away from that. Well, she said it was a heart attack, but we kind of found out the truth later, but... Yeah, I spent the last couple of weeks last couple of weeks I was a bar back before I got promoted to bartender. I spent there trying to help him out because he was just out of whack. You know, having trouble. Renko is not a fun system. Jeez, I did it again. I gotta stop doing that. I killed him. Hey! I'm just gonna clear out all these guys and try to make it to the boss. Jeez. I don't know what's with me telling you guys bummer stories all the time. That's just me though, like... You know, I'm not the kind of person that will fake the funk. I'll just legitimately tell you what's on my mind. If there is anything on my mind. So the other coworker that died there, well, she didn't die while we were still working there. I mean, she quit. This was like later down the road. Actually, her little brother and I became best friends. His name's David, and anywho, she passed away in 2016 due to cancer, which is nuts because she was pretty young. I'm starting to wonder if, like, you know, the fact they haven't fixed the Fukushima power plant, and there's a bunch of radiation still spilling to the ocean, and we're kind of oh jeez, and we're kind of just like right in the line of sight from that, you know, drifts up to our coast. I wonder if that had something to do with it. I mean, then again, like, cancer was pretty common in the Bay Area. I think it still is, but for some reason it's just like oddly common. It shouldn't be, but it is. There's like something in the water or something. It's not good. Yeah. It's kind of... yeah. Anywho. This episode's been kind of a bummer. I'm sorry, guys. That's just life, though. Like, people come and they go. Nobody lives forever. Well, I guess they live on in our hearts and memories, but... sometimes you get to that point where you're just looking back and you're just like... wish I knew more back then than I do, you know, wish I knew what I knew now back then, or whatever. You again. I thought you had my way with you. Jeez, this guy is just freaking on one. Look what it got you. Do it? I don't have enough to level up. I think after I take this guy out, I probably will. Just dancing a jig to my despair. Ah, go away. Oh, I hate these guys. They're all souped up. Sorry, I'm staring at the computer, making sure everything's going well. I was having issues earlier where it kept freezing. But I think I'm going to call it here. Sorry for the sad stories. Just, you know, sometimes the best thing to do is just talk about it. Just, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, keep on keeping on. Check out my blog sites, Graphix bar. I'm just gonna put the links down in the description. I mean, why not? Buy a t-shirt. It will make my sad, cheesy cat happy. His name's Claptrap, by the way. If you're wondering, what's this weird cat's name? And, yeah. Everyone, have a good day. I'm gonna continue on doing stuff. Yeah.